All right, awesome. Now that we've got the containers pushed to ECR, we now need to store our secrets securely. So what does that mean? That means, let's take a look here. We need to securely store secrets in AWS Secrets Manager. Of course, Secrets Manager is secure. Do not persist these secrets to state. So what we can use is Terraform's newish write-only arguments. That should help a lot. But again, since it is a new feature, we will need to make sure to send the LLM to the internet to either check the official docs or to check Google or whatever we need. Now, of course, we have that Terraform MCP server installed, so that should help a lot with this. Now, do not store secrets in plain text anywhere. That just means your TFRs, don't put them anywhere other than, of course, you can have them in a .env file if you need them for local testing or whatever. But of course, that should not go to your GitHub repository or anything like that, or any type of version control. So let's go ahead and kick this off. I'd like to knock this out as quick as we can. Now, what I'm thinking is I will probably set the TF-var secrets in my environment variables. So what you do with Terraform is you prefix it with a capital TF underscore capital var underscore, and then you can use the lowercase value, or sorry, the lowercase key. So that's what I'm going to do. So basically for AWS region, that would look like this whenever you set it. TF underscore var underscore AWS region. Look at that. Tab complete knew what I was trying to do. So that's what it needs to look like in your environment variables. I'm going to go ahead and reset that back to what it is. Now this, of course, is my example here. The actual one is here. I'm going to try not to open that while we're live. Although I do rotate my keys regularly, let's just try not to have to do that. So what I'm going to do, and I actually might have to pause for this one, I'm going to get the command first and then I'm going to run it. So what I'm going to do, and I have tested this in the past, hopefully O3 can do this again and we can one-shot this and I have to hack at it all day. I'm going to tell it to take the entries in my .env file and write a script to export each of them as TF underscore var lowercase key, just like that, to export each of them as that's all caps, as an environment variable. It's not the greatest syntax or greatest wording ever. I am tired. Hopefully the Levenstein distance will get it right. Look at me. Wow, I am way off. Hopefully I can get this done. Thank goodness for AI, right? All right. So take the entries in my M file and write a script to export each of them as TF-var lowercase as an environment variable. And I'm going to say one-liner, not script. If you say script, it's going to give you a whole bash thing. If you do one-liner, it's going to give you a one-liner most of the time. If you need Python, specify Python, etc. Let's see what it comes up with. This should be interesting. All right, let's go. It's thinking. Again, O3 is pretty slow. All right, cool. This looks different than the one I got earlier, but of course, this is AI, non-deterministic. Let's see if it works. I'm not even going to try to mess with it. Right now, I can see grep is fine. Export is fine. Yeah, there's no, again, RM or anything crazy like that. So now I'm going to run this and we're going to see what happens. Now, I thought it didn't work, but it actually did. So I'm going to pretend like I didn't go and check things out. And I'm just going to copy this and run it again in front of you because I know it's not going to show anything. There we go. So we are good. Now I'm going to pop up here and echo one of those vars. And bam, it worked. So that's pretty cool. Again, looks a lot different than the one I did before, but it does make sense. It does explain it very well. I also did have to switch into my backend directory. That's where the environment file is. And I needed to make sure I removed that TFR that was right here. But yeah, so that worked out really well. Cool little script right there just to create your Terraform vars out of your environment variable files like that. So now I am good to go on that. So now we need to create those secrets. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start a new conversation since I was yakking it up there a good bit. And let's go ahead like we did before and let's get this plan together, even though, you know, this is an even simpler thing to do. I don't think the plan's going to be super required, but, you know, it's good practice to have. So we're just going to call it secrets.md. I'm sure somebody's going to find that and think they just hit the jackpot, but, you know, little do they know all my passwords are under the keyboard. All right, cool. So in secrets.md, create a plan. And let me go and check this out again. Bam. You know what? I'm going to do something different. I'm actually just going to show how this thing is with images. I'm going to grab a screenshot of this. And I'm going to put this screenshot right in the chat. All right. In secrets.md, create a plan that will satisfy the tasks in the image. So with Terraform, you'll need to use write-only arguments. Use the Terraform MCP server to get proper documentation to do this. Yeah, you know, there's not really much else to do here. Actually, I'm just going to say the secrets are defined as environment variables, so you can use TFVAR, you know, AWS region, etc. Let's say the backend container. I'll actually reference that. Backend is the only file that, or the only container that will need these secrets. Ensure this is in a module in the existing code in Terraform infra. All right, again, kind of a sloppy prompt, but kind of curious to see how well this thing does. So let's kick it off and see what happens. Actually, you know what? We're in a different conversation. So also ensure you use for each instead of count when possible, and follow best Terraform style practices. Cool. Let's see what happens. All right, this should be fun. It is generating. You know, it did pretty well in the last one, I gotta say. I will be surprised. I don't think it's gonna one-shot it, but it could totally get close if it gets the write-only arguments right. It doesn't do anything like really, really stupid. Let's see here. What's it pulling? Secrets Manager secret. Okay, got it. Secrets Manager secret policy. Oh, that's cool. Rotation version. I haven't seen it mentioned write-only yet. Okay, yeah. Note write-only argument. Secret string write-only is available to use in place. Hey, look at it go. All right, cool. All right. Okay, yeah, it just pulled in all the docs, which is interesting. All right, cool. It's showing me everything that it's doing. This is really, really interesting. If any of you are poor researchers, this might actually be useful for you. Yeah, so these are all the snippets of the docs. Again, we have plenty of context for all of this. So Unlike really old models, I mean, we've got context for days. So yeah, this model will have no problem holding all of this in there. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna have to lean kind of close here. Okay, yeah, 1,200 tokens, 1,300 tokens. All right. So let's see what happens here. Did I did tell it to plan. You know what? I thought I was going to tell it to one-shot it. My bad. I totally forgot. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and read the plan, see what we got here. Okay, use write-only arguments. Awesome. Leverage environment variables. Sweet. Okay, cool. Terraform infra code base, module secrets. I don't really like that module name, but that's fine. Okay, yeah, backend's the only thing that needs access to it. Environment variable, Terraform variables. Cool, 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 cool. OpenAI API key, yep. Nope. See, this is the thing. Even though it's called backend, these things keep thinking that it has to have a database. We don't have a database. The backend is just the API. So that's cool. So I'm going to... Okay, cool, 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 cool. Sensitive equals true. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That looks good. Sensitive is true. Yep. Even though it doesn't matter because write only means it's not going to store. Okay, cool. So it doesn't quite have it down, but you know, it gets most of it. It is going a little overboard on everything, but here's what really matters here. Secret string, write only. Awesome. Not stored in the state. Cool comment, bro. We'll have to kill that at some point. All right, awesome. Okay. Let me go ahead. So yeah, so here's a validation checklist. So this one's going a little bit deeper now, deeper than the last one. It's interesting how it sometimes decides to do these plans differently. So one, we are not going to be running any git commands right now. Actually, no, let me just change that to you. I am actually going to do that. I'm going to go ahead while I'm remembering, git add, git commit -m, added Terraform infra for ECR. Okay, let's see here. Untracked. Wait, what happened? Oh, I'm in backend. Whoops. Cool. Git add, git commit -m, updated Terraform infra with ECR. That sounds good. I know it's not enough, but sue me. That's why we'll have AI writing these things for us eventually. Cool. So we're committed. So now I can just git stash or git reset head anytime that I need to get rid of stuff that this does. All right. So it's not going to be running any git commands right now. And two, there is no database. This is backend is only API. Cool. Sweet. As far as everything else, I think those are the really big things that we had to worry about. So it'll probably kick that out. I just don't want it to get confused and start adding a bunch of slop that, you know, referencing a database that we don't even have. So it's whatever. All right, let's go ahead and see what it does here. Sure, I could have changed it myself, but you know, we're just seeing how the model handles it. Yep, deletes that. Back in DB, yeah, created a variable for it and everything. Yep. All gone now. Cool. Awesome. So accept changes. So the really curious thing is to see if it's able to, whenever it creates that secret, if it's able to catch the, let's see, Secrets Manager secret. Yeah, each key, that's fine. Policy that, okay, so it's creating the policy there. That's cool. Yeah, because ECS will need that policy to access the secrets. So it is doing that. Awesome. All right, so we got open AI key. Let's see here. Yeah, that's all. I think that's about all we need. Ursa actually, I think, needs more credentials in this, but that should be about all we need. All right. Well, we're gonna let it roll right now and see what happens. And then if we need to add other credentials, we can actually. Yes, it does. So let's do this. Let's check the backend API and make sure it has all the access it needs. It needs access to config. Also, there are AWS credentials provided, but since in invars, but since this is ECS, it might be easier just to use a role. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably right. All right, let's see what it does. All right, it's checking to make sure there's nothing else because there could be S3, could be all sorts of fun things. Let's see, this should be interesting. All right, generating, it's slow because it's 03. Yeah, trust me, Sonnet's so much faster. We might probably, whenever we get to the ECS section, I'm just going to switch to Sonnet and pay the extra money and call it a day and make life easier. But let's see how it goes. All right, what are you doing here? Why are you modifying routes there, guy? I see. Because I said that we can use a role. That's why. So yeah, we don't need to pass in credentials anymore because you can use a role. Passing in credentials is a terrible idea. So we definitely want to use a role instead. So it's going to be interesting to see if this actually works with a one shot. But of course, we will find that out. Yep, config rules. All that looks good. Cool. All right. Awesome. So I'm just going to accept all. We're going to roll with this and see what happens. Okay, so code change now relies on the default AWS. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, the only reason I accept it all, we can still test without accepting it all. I wanted to accept them all because we already have a git commit in place. So all I have to do is do a git stash or again, git reset, and we don't have to worry about it. But otherwise, I may not reset. I may just leave all the changes there and then go and test it and then revert if I have to. All right, so cool. Backend container needs only OpenAI. Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and knock this out, I think. All right. Okay, go ahead and proceed according to plan. I am a little miffed that it didn't just add that it needed to change that stuff to the secrets.md. It it just ran through this AWS config without asking anything. That is something you have to be wary of, but that's totally fine. It looked like a pretty innocuous change, so we're going to see if it works. Of course, we won't know until we deploy the full cluster, but that's all right. We will need to rebuild those containers though, so hopefully I remember to do that. All right, here we go. We are off to the races. As far as I'm concerned, if the secret gets created, I am happy at the end of this. We'll see what happens. All right, it says it implementing it. It says it implemented it. Let's take a look here. Create secret manager. Secrets, write only versions. Root added sensitive variable. Yep. We know that, but again, should never be defined in state. So that should not be a problem. Backend code cleanup now relies on default AWS credentials chain, ECS task role instead. Yep, that's what we want. All right, cool. Let's go ahead. We have set everything. Let's go ahead and hop into that directory here. And yeah, module secrets, cool. Local secrets, yep, that's fine. Variable OpenAI, yep, that's fine. All right, let's check in the module itself. Secrets, main. Oh, God, I hate when it goes overboard like that. If you're trying to hide that you're using AI from your boss, go in and make sure you clean that up. That's a pretty surefire sign. All right, let's take a look. Yep. Secret string, right? Only each dot value. Okay, cool. Locals, secrets, OpenA's, var. Yep, that looks good. All right, cool. Looks good. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to accept it, clean that up. And let's take a look here. Even though I can, so luckily I can still go back a message if I have to. But with infrastructure code, it's not quite as crazy as like messing up, you know, the massive state of a React app or something like that. So let's go ahead and I don't think we need another Terraform init. I didn't check to see if it brought in random or anything. Let's do it anyway. Okay, cool. All good. I'm going to run a Terraform validate a little faster. Aha. All right. Let's see here. Yep, that's what I thought. I knew something was going to be weird about that. Okay, cool. Sensitive values cannot be used as for each arguments. That is fine. Easy to change. Actually, I'm going to go back in and just knock that out. I think that's the only place it's going to be. Let's find out. Nope. Okay. Secrets map. What did I miss? Variables, secrets map. Yep, cool. Oh, it already knows what I want to do. I just hit tab and it's gone. And it's gone. All right, cool. Terraform validate. What now? What do you want? Okay, all secret string write only and secret string write only version must be specified. So probably didn't read the instructions properly, so I am going to give it another shot here. I'm going to toss this in and just let it go, and let's see what it finds out. I deleted 2 things. I've done enough work for one day. All right, come on, let's go, let's go. You can do this. All right, you're editing like that. Awesome. View one edited file. Let's take a look. Well, didn't open it. Okay. Okay. Added. Got it. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. Let's go ahead. So again, new feature, probably use the MCP server. Does not have a lot of data out there to base this on because not a lot of people have used secret string write only. So let's take a look. Come on, let's go green. Awesome. All right, let's try plan now, see what happens. Obviously something else could break here. Let us see. It's a good sign. All right. Module secrets, AWS Secrets Manager secret version. This OpenAI key will be created. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Write only attribute. Look at that. Sweet. All right. OpenAI key right there. Cool, 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 cool. Yep. Policy read secrets. Secrets. Yeah. AWS IAM policy. Did it add? Oh, it added config to this policy document. Honestly, I'm not a fan of doing that. Not the way I want to do it right now, but we're just going to let this roll. We will probably defer to a larger model to fix that up. I would actually recommend you fix that up yourself, but I'm not going to spend the time and waste our time doing it because it's a pretty simple fix. All right, auto apply. Cool. Whoa, wow. Terraform apply, auto approve. There we go. Yeah, it's 2 in the morning, everybody. I got behind on this boot camp, as you might all know. So yeah, it's late. All right, cool. Apply complete resources. 3 added, 0 change, 0 destroy. Cool, 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 cool. Awesome. All right, we're good to go. All right, let's do this. Give me the command, AWS CLI command to verify the secret is set properly. Let's see what it says. Cool. If you only want it to confirm it exists without revealing the values, let's give this a shot. Yep, that looks right. Sweet. Looking good. All right, so let's go ahead and grade this sucker. I'm going to go ahead and move over here and grab that submission token. Come back over and paste that in, and fingers crossed here. As you can see, I graded it once before and in the wrong directory, but now we're going to grade it properly. Okay, it's going to validate again and find all my TF and TF-vars files. So let's see what happens. Come on, let's go. All green, all green, all green. All right, taking its precious time. Bam, all green. Sweet. So I'll come back over here and close that and refresh. And we are all good to go. All right, so thanks for watching me work with this brand new Terraform feature and save all of our secrets securely into Secrets Manager, all with very, very little effort.